Doing a little news update on our favorite uh, European overlord company, Stellantis, because why not? The charger appliance, because appliances belong in the kitchen, um, has been out for a quarter now. How is it going? Well, let's see. I found this article the other day on Motor One, and the title itself is kind of comical. The Dodge Charger EV is already outselling the Supra in 2025. Sounds awesome, but it's still far from being one of the top dogs in terms of sales. This is kind of putting it mildly. This is that's cope. That's peak copium right there.
I can smell the copium.
This is by Jeff Perez. You should probably get away from the keyboard, Jeff. Just step away. The new Dodge Charger EV rolled into dealerships late last year, actually December, barely January. It's finally finding its footing in 2025 with strong early sales results. Wow. Through the first 3 months of the year, Dodge has sold 1,947 examples of the electric muscle car, which means already outpacing some of its competitors. Who? A little more cope.
I can smell the copium.
By comparison, Toyota sold 421 units of the Supra this year. BMW has only moved 520 of the Z4, both the same car. Subaru has just sold 802 examples of the BRZ, and Mazda has sold just 1,146 Miatas. All those cars are basically two-seaters, little two-seaters that are kind of not in favor right now, unless your name is a Corvette. This thing is a four-seater. It is a four-seater, full-size car. Dodge still managed to move 1,052 units of the outgoing Charger, which has been made in 15 months, though the EV accounted for 65% of total Charger sales. Wow, peak copium. On the flip side, Ford has sold 9,377 examples of the Mustang so far in 2025, even though sales are down 28%. Chevrolet has sold 6,794 examples of a Corvette, which is a $90,000 vehicle so far in 2025. Excuse me. Which represents 20.82% decrease compared to the previous year. Toyota has sold 2,777 examples of the slow-selling GR86, which is also a tiny little car. Still, for what it is, not bad. Representing an increase of 39.7% over the previous model year. And even Nissan managed 2,154 units of the Z through March, which has been much maligned. And their dealers were as bad as American dealers in trying to rip people off on this car. And they turned a lot of people off on that awesome car. So let's actually look at this in reality here. There is the Charger appliance below all these other cars and above these two-seaters that really aren't high-volume cars to start with. I mean, okay, great comparison there, dude. In an attempt to get more, and it's doing so well, in an attempt to get more buyers through the door, Dodge recently offered lease deals for as low as $300 a month. But a new charge says as much as purchase discounts of up to $12,500 put on the hood of the car, baby. While the company currently offers only electric Charger Daytona, the automaker plans to roll out a gas-powered six-pack model early this summer or during the summer or maybe by the fall. Due to stronger demand, that should bump Charger sales even higher. Okay, so this is a great piece of code.
I can smell the copium.
From Motor One. Now let's actually go into reality. This is from Carscoops. I only got to go through the whole article. The Dodge sold more old Challengers and Chargers than new Daytona EVs in Q1. Oh, wait a minute. So I guess this isn't really a good representation. Yeah, so they sold a total of a car that has been made in over a year, well over a year. They haven't made either one of these cars, the V8 Challengers, the Chargers. They sold 1,974 of the previous Chargers and Challengers combined, which is more than a currently produced car. Yeah, These are antiques at this point. They're 2-year-old cars. They're 23s. It's 25, and they still outsold the electric appliance. So that is not awesome. So how is it actually going? Oh, Stellantis halts Charger Daytona production as it temporarily cuts 5,400 jobs and idles plants.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
Temporary job cuts are spread across 5 facilities, 2 plants in Mexico, and Canada will pause production. I like how they use tariff victim. It isn't the fact that they only sold 1,947 of them. I mean, I don't think they're anywhere near capacity at these plants. When Ford is putting basically employee pricing and General Motors is doing the same thing, here we are at Stellantis, the European company, and they just say, screw it, we'll just cut stuff because we're not very bright and we don't want to have people like our stuff anymore. So they basically have stopped making production of this car because it's not selling. It has nothing to do with tariffs. It has everything to do that they're putting 13 grand on the hood and nobody wants them. This is really, really, really terrible at this point because without tariffs, Dodge sold 21,731 cars in the first quarter. That's everything. That is Durangos. That is Hornets. That is this Charger appliance. That's old Chargers, old Challengers. That is literally what they sold. Now, let's see what that actually relates to in reality. When we go to reality, in 2019, they sold over 21,000 Chargers in the first quarter. In 2022, they sold over, what is that, 9? That's a 10, 16,000. That's just when they were starting to reproduce just Chargers. 2023, they sold, that's 22,000 Chargers in the first quarter. I mean, seriously, this is how far they have fallen. I mean, in their peak year, 2016, they sold 30,000 of those cars in the first quarter all by themselves. This is how bad it has gotten for Stellantis and Dodge. So I mean, this is bad. So I mean, honestly, they can't. They're supposedly trying to bring the V8s back, the antique V8s that are built from 2006 with a slight modification in 2014. You know, the Hemi's based on the 318. The engines that have the lifter problems and eat themselves at 100,000 miles. You know, those engines with the gas guzzler tax. Yeah, they want to bring those back into these cars, but it's going to probably be next year. I mean, at the earliest. And the Huracan 6 is going to be very expensive. So there's going to be no family priced Charger, 4-door. Don't fool yourself to think that there's going to be an affordable car. If the EVs are 80,000 and 70,000, the Huracan 6s are probably going to be 50 and 60,000. The low performance one's only in the 4-door, but even that is too much car for most people. It's 500 horsepower. That's incredibly too much power for the average driver out there who honestly 300 horsepower 3 series is way more than enough, and that's in a 4-cylinder, so it's way up on top. This is like a sledgehammer, turbo. It's looking pretty bad for Dodge at this point. I did a video a while ago on who's going to die next, Chrysler or Dodge, and they're in a race right now. Yeah, this has been quite the bad year for. I mean, seriously, over a year of just bad from this entire division, with the appliance not launching well and taking forever to actually get the market just as the entire steam came out of the balloon of the EV grift. So here we are at the end, and I want to hear your opinions on this. If you know anyone that's actually bought one of these, because obviously it's pretty rare to find someone that's bought one of these things. I mean, they look nice. It's a shame that they're just useless appliances at this point. I don't know. So, but if you got something that says, hey, if you like car stuff, because I actually do work on car stuff. If you look here, I mean, I actually do car things. I work on, old muscle cars, and I have BMWs I work on. I even work on new stuff because I like cars, and everything relates the same. Subscribe and then share it and whatever. Yeah, and also, if you have something that's cool to drive or something that's fun to drive, take it out because you'll make someone's day, maybe even your own. And I'll catch you soon.